Now, Bahrain has banned all protests and gatherings after clashes broke out between security forces and anti-government demonstrators. It's the most sweeping attempt to crack down on protesters since emergency law was declared in March last year. The Interior Ministry says the move is necessary to preserve civil peace. Let's get more from Ali Alaswad. He's elected to Bahrain's parliament in October 2010, representing Wefaq bloc, a Shi'ite group, but you resigned in February 2011 in response to the government's crackdown on peaceful protesters. Thank you very much for joining me. What do you make of this? Is it a surprise?
I don't think it's a surprise. It's Bahrain governments, they don't have a solid solution to find it. I mean, to be on the table to discuss the political demands of the people there. So they move clearly now to security solutions, which is literally will not help the Bahrain regime to find the political solutions.
Because this is what it's saying, isn't it? It's been decided to stop all gatherings and marches in order to preserve national unity.
The preserved national unity will be with the political solutions. People in Bahrain, they are demanding with an elected governments to change from an absolute monarchy to constitutional monarchy. This is the major demands. If we achieve these demands, means the whole things, I mean, in Bahrain will be settled. I mean, they will not stop the protesters, especially the youths in Bahrain, because of Minister of Interior or the authorities in Bahrain. They announced they are banning the protest, and this is not the first time, by the way. They tried this many times and they failed. I mean, with the pressure from the international community, this is what we believe on. I've seen now.
Is there enough? Do you believe there's enough international pressure?
Absolutely no. It is always a soft language between the international community and the Bahrain governments. What they are doing now with the Syrian regime is completely different than what they are doing with the Bahrain regime. I mean, we had only one prime minister since 1971. Since the British, they left Bahrain, and until now, we didn't have an elected government. This is what we agreed in 2001. When we signed our national charter, we said we are going to change from an absolute monarchy to constitutional monarchy, which is people, they should choose their governments. They should choose their MPs. I mean, freely. This is the major, the social justice should be there. I mean, in Bahrain, which is absolutely, it's not.
Well, as people protest and strive for social justice, we're hearing more reports from activists that they're citing an increased use of shotgun pellets. We haven't had a confirmation or denial from authorities. What are you hearing? What are the activists facing when they go out on the streets?
Always using more excessive force against the protesters in Bahrain. I mean, we have got more than 100 being killed. BICI, I mean, the Basuni recommendations was very clear. Bahrain government should stop using excessive force. They detained the physicians. They detained the teachers in Bahrain. They detained the experts. I mean, there was also some MPs being detained during the last year, and they've been released later on. But, you know, the Bahrain governments always say the people on streets, they are using violence. I mean, what kind of violence? There is no weapons in Bahrain, apart from Molotov cocktails, which we condemn clearly, the people to use Molotov cocktails on the streets. But the international community, they should make clear statements with the Bahrain government. They should respect the human rights. They always broken their promises. In Geneva with the UPR, they do agree with 90% of the recommendation. They said, we are going to implement it. Nothing on the ground. Okay.
Ali Alaswad, thank you very much for joining me and giving us your view on the situation there.
Thank
Good to speak to you.
Thank you.